And we are underway. It's March, officially. Best month on the college basketball calendar. We are underway tonight at Tsongas.
UNH comes out in a man.
That's Ayinde Akeem. Expect him to handle the point guard duties. He'll pull from beyond the arc occasionally as well. And now Alan Blunt, the team's top scorer from the free throw line, too short. UNH will get the ball back. Londo Chiquenio, sophomore out of Montreal, Quebec, handles the ball well and shoots north of 40% from beyond the arc. That's Martinez working on Mincy. Guadarrama creates some space. Brooks got a piece of it. Martinez from the corner, splash.
You see Martinez's versatility, but also the strength of Guadarrama to get into the paint, use the shoulder a little bit to try to create a little bit of separation between him and Alan Blunt. Was able to find Martinez.
Guadarrama, 220 pounds. He's put on about 15 over the past season as Lowell gets right back on the board. Khalil Thomas knifing in for two.
Khalil Thomas, another important player for the Riverhawks. We see him there putting the ball to the deck and getting to the rim, but he's also one of their best three-point shooters. Look to see if they can get him going early.
Martinez into the corner for Nick Johnson. The guy with some experience, played a bunch of minutes last year as a freshman, Merrick East Rookie of the Year. Back for his sophomore year. Martinez spins into the paint, puts two on the board.
There's the veteran patience right there.
Averaging 15 points per game, 6th in the conference in scoring is Jaden Martinez. 2 minutes in, 5-2 Wildcats.
Hawks out of sync here, Chris, offensively early.
A lot of dribbling for Brooks. Goes to the left hand. That's his dominant side, but can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Chiquenio, who averages better than 5 boards a game, despite being just 6'2". Really goes after the basketball.
Really strong kid out of Canada.
Matos, the big fella's calling for it inside.
Nice job by Max there to push Matos off of his spot.
Martinez feeling it.
Wow, Martinez. Riverhawks want to get out in transition, but they got to defend and make UNH miss so they can get some rebounds.
That's 8 quick points for Jaden Martinez and a quick 8-2 lead for the Wildcats. Quentin Mincy works his way into the paint, too strong. Lowell cold from the field, just 1 for its first 4.
Like I said, the ball's not moving much around the perimeter. The UNH defense doesn't have to work very hard right now.
Chiquenio gets a little bit of space, and it's a fast at 8 already. An explosive scorer who's been north of 20 points 8 times this season.
Coach Duquette going with the veteran John Hall in here early in the game. Now he's got 2 big bodies in there with Max Brooks and Hall.
Hall, a grad student out of Philadelphia. A good addition to this team, a transfer from Portland State. Jump shot off the back iron there from Akeem. He's a LaSalle transfer. Pat Duquette really making the most of the transfer portal to beef up this roster. Wide open underneath, the shot blocked by Brooks. Second chance for Johnson, who stays with it after the athletic defensive play.
Credit to Johnson for staying with that, but how about the athleticism on Max Brooks?
Still 2 points on the board. A little more routine for Johnson, but he'll take him. It's a 10-point Wildcats lead.
Tough.
Riverhawks able to cut into it there. Khalil Thomas has got both hoops so far.
A nice job, Khalil Thomas putting the ball to the deck, but you see 3 or 4 passes there for the Riverhawks. Made the Wildcat defense move a little bit, and it opened up an opportunity for penetration.
Past the 16-minute mark, here's Guadarrama. Has to give it up to Johnson. Chiquenio wants 3, no good. Brooks tried to hold on to the rebound, tapped it to Blunt. Riverhawks will try to cut into this 8-point deficit.
Opportunity for the Riverhawks to get out. They get a good look.
Akeem high off the bracket, and the rebound comes down to Johnson. Sophomore out of the Bronx. Riverhawks trying to pressure the perimeter, but the ball moving pretty well on the UNH side. Matos, the big guy, too short. Brooks rips down the rebound. Here comes Lowell.
Nice job by Max Brooks there defensively. Not trying to go for that block shot, just contest and let Matos get that off.
Hall draws the double team, and Chiqueno just comes over and picks his pocket. Chiqueno, the Euro step, can't go. The second try won't. The third will. Matos, the one who got a big paw on it, his first 2 of the game, and it's back up to a 10-point Wildcat advantage.
Coming out early, looks like the Wildcats understand the importance of this game right now, Chris. They're playing really hard. Riverhawks have yet to really match that intensity.
UNH looking for a 3rd straight win, knocked off Binghamton their last time out.
Too much dribbling. Ball's not moving, Chris.
5 on the shot clock. Hakeem able to turn in for 2. Averaging double figures on the season, 10 points exactly per game. He's 3rd on the team in scoring. But that was maybe harder than it had to be, Jim, as you pointed out.
Yeah, the individual talent there kind of bailed the Riverhawks out. Yinde Hakeem has been playing really well the last 6 games. I was talking to Lewis Hinnett before the game. They're very happy with the rhythm that he's found, as we see Johnson with the nice left-hand hook.
4 points for Nick Johnson, and it's right back up to a 10-point game. Hakeem pulls again. He's certainly not bashful. That time knocks down the 2.
You know, Chris, obviously you're going to take the 2 there, especially when you've been struggling offensively, but no passing. The ball didn't move. You've got to move the basketball around the perimeter.
Here's Guadarrama, 2nd on the team in scoring, tries the 3. It's an air ball that tumbles out of bounds and brings us to a timeout on the floor.
As I mentioned in the pregame, the injury bug. I mean, they have 2 players, 2 of their better players, who haven't played all year. So, you know, dealing with big bodies as well. So, you know, they've been dealing with a shorthanded roster all year. Tough to find that chemistry.
Riverhawks will try to find it here, down by 8. And 6.5 minutes in, first foul of the game. Called on Nick Johnson, that's his first. And as I mentioned, the team's first.
We mentioned the 12-7 lead in the series for UNH. You know, if there is a rivalry, certainly for the Riverhawks when entering the American East Conference, as we see Yinde with another one. Nice pull-up, finding his rhythm. A little uniform change there. He put the shirt underneath the jersey, serving as his cape.
After knocking down a couple shots, too, you'd think he wouldn't want to change the mojo.
Well, you had said it was kind of chilly in here, so maybe he was feeling that.
That it is here at Tsongas Center, the home of the UMass Lowell hockey team. Jaden Martinez feels right at home, though. He's got 10 points already. Fast start for him and his team.
You mentioned 22 points away from 1,000 coming into the game. I think he wants to try to get that out of the way here early. Very aggressive.
Here's Hakeem. Finds some space at the free throw line. No good. Martinez provided both the defense behind the play and the rebound.
Yinde ran into the big body Guadarrama there. Looks like he may have caught Guadarrama in the throat.
It's a tough break for Guadarrama because he not only gets the bulk of it, but he's also called for the foul.
Yeah, usually he wins most of those clashes.
Picks up his first and the team's second, so the Riverhawks will try to take advantage, down by 8.
Jerry asking the officials, why aren't we looking at that?
They will play on, though, coming up on 12 minutes to play in the first half. Riverhawks 5 for 11 from the field so far. That's Anthony Blunt. He's the younger brother of Alan Blunt to Hakeem, and he travels. Riverhawks turn the basketball over for the second time tonight.
You know, you gotta like the aggressiveness of Yinde Hakeem. I mean, he's a veteran player. Again, you said he was at LaSalle playing in the Atlantic 10. Obviously recognized early on that this team wasn't finding that offensive synergy that they need. So he kind of picked it up, being aggressive. Unfortunately, a little too aggressive there. Got called for the walk.
Chiqueno kicks it out. Martinez, 3 more. He is feeling it. Third triple already for Jaden Martinez. He's got 13.
On fire here. Tsongas. Better ball movement here for the Riverhawks.
Anthony Blunt from the free throw line. Now nearly 2 decades at the helm. Jordan Bronner and Ryan Harry and the rest of that staff, guys that have been around a while as well. So continuity both on the court and on the sideline. Anthony Blunt drew the foul just before the timeout, misses the first free throw. Mentioned he's the younger brother of Alan Blunt. both Bowie, Maryland natives. Plays about 16 minutes a game coming off the bench for the Riverhawks, and he makes it a 10-point game.
New look here from the Riverhawks. Coach Duquette going with a little full court pressure. Try to slow down the hot hand of Martinez, no doubt.
Now the rest of the team for UNH, 4 for 10. It's Martinez, who's 5 for 5 and looking for more. John Hall shuts him off this time. Here's Chiqueno trying to create some space. Tough shot, falls off the rim, and Max Brooks able to pull down his second rebound of the game.
Nice defensive trip there for the Riverhawks. John Hall getting inserted into the game, coached by Coach Duquette for his defense.
Lowell, a team that likes to really run everything defense to offense. First to the conference turnover margin this year. Trying to take advantage after getting a stop here. Shot clock, though, already winding down to 7. Hall pulls a 3. Got it. John Hall, just his 5th three-pointer on the season in 25 tries, but Lowell will take points any way they can get him here, now down by 7.
Adding both defensively and offensively from the bench.
Hall's really seen his minutes increase in conference play, providing that physicality. He gets tangled up with Martinez inside.
John Hall's played a lot of college basketball. 5th-year senior, transfer in, played at the Division I level. Ayinde Akeem is back in the game now with new sneakers on.
It's going to be a full wardrobe change by the time all's said and done. Deep 3, all net from Marco Foster, sophomore out of Chicago. Another guy who's 42% from beyond the arc, and he is a chucker. He will put it up the second he steps across the midcourt line and knock down a lot of them.
Shooting 37% in the season from 3 as a team is UNH.
They've got
better
a
than
few
that
guys.
so far. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, a few guys that can really light it up. Here's Anthony Blunt. Gets some space inside, locates Brooks. That falls off the rim, and Foster pulls down the rebound.
Maslow has to find a way to get Max Brooks something closer to the rim so he can find his rhythm offensively. That little short corner jumper, capable of making it, but certainly not where they want him.
How about that for an explosive first step for Chiqueno? Puts his second bucket on the board, and it's now a 12-point advantage, largest lead that UNH has enjoyed, a little more than midway through the first half.
Chiqueno is a very solid guard, and again, a shot by Hakeem without the ball moving.
UNH looking to run. Johnson elevates just over the outstretched fingertips of Brooks for 2. 6 points for Johnson, 14-point advantage for the Wildcats, who are shooting 63% so far in the first half. Another turnover, 3rd of the night. Chiqueno, count it, and 1.
Chiqueno with some nice patience there, had the 2-on-1, waited for Ayinde to commit and went right up, drew the contact, and was able to finish at the rim. Opportunity for 3.
Half a dozen points for Blondo Chiqueno, 2nd in the conference in minutes per game, top 5 at assist to turnover ratio, double figures 19 times this season. He's really just done everything, fills up the stat sheet for Bill Harrion.
Yeah, he's a nice extension of the coach, very solid player. Great job quarterbacking this team this year.
It's a 17-point advantage in a football-like score, 31-14. Not the start the Riverhawks wanted, to say the least. Here's Akeem, gets a little bit of space inside the paint, draws a bump. That'll send him to the free throw line. And Lowell, a team that was coming in with some momentum, had one of their better offensive outputs 2 games ago at a 17-point victory against Stony Brook. You get another look at Akeem drawing the foul here. And then last time out, really gave Vermont a scare at Patrick Jim, which I think everybody else in this conference will tell you is not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. That score definitely jumped off the page when I saw it over the weekend. You mentioned the Riverhawks with a deep hole right now, down 16. When you shoot the ball from 3 as poorly as they have this season, this is a tough hole to be in right now. They got to chip away at it. 8 minutes to get this respectable within striking distance before they head into the break.
Marco Foster picked up his second personal foul, and Ayinde Akeem puts 2 more points on the board. So he's got 8, and the Riverhawks again go to full court pressure, but Guadarrama not a lot of trouble bringing it into the front court.
Versatility of Guadarrama to get out and help break the press.
Guadarrama sachets into the paint, switches to the left, and dances it off the iron. Hit every part of the bracket, but wouldn't fall. Pitch ahead for Everett Hammond. He knocked down 4 threes in that Vermont game. Looking for one here. This time misses the mark.
And didn't shoot the ball with much confidence there. Everett Hammond, he's had kind of an up and down season. Came out playing really well at the beginning. Was the leading scorer for this team for the first month. But since then has really struggled to find his rhythm.
15-point advantage for UNH, looking to ensure that they'll host a quarterfinal game in the America East Tournament. Juan Murphy to Guadarrama, tough fadeaway.
Guadarrama. Fun player to watch. I mean, you take a look at him, he's such a big kid. And then you watch him play, so nice and light on his feet, has the ability to step out as we just saw.
Here's Khalil Thomas, now to Blunt, who's been quiet. Loops it to Max Brooks. Thanks very much, Kendra. And yeah, another guy who's been around for a while, a grad student in Chris Lester. And you really need those guys. You have the stars that score a lot of points, but those glue guys, those locker room guys, it's cliched, it's hackneyed to some degree, but it does matter.
It's 100% accurate. As we see a steal, Riverhawks with an opportunity there to get an easy one. You know, the basketball season's a very long season, Chris. It starts in October and it can go to March. You go through the holidays, you go through the winter, a lot of travel. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs. You need those guys that can pick his teammates up when things aren't going well, because there will be peaks and valleys.
Shot blocked by Brooks, but call for a foul as well. Brooks picks up his first, and that's the team's third. Chris Villani, Jim Boridoka, and Kendra Middleton with you. Get another look at the body contact there. It'll send Nick Johnson to the free throw line, where he's 62% this season. A market improvement for him. He shot 47% a year ago from the charity stripe.
Of course, we talked about UNH wanting to control the glass in this game. Right now, rebounding advantage 12 for UNH, 5 for UMass Lowell. Why do I think UNH is such a good rebounding team? Their guards rebound. They get contributions from the guards who come in from the perimeter and corral some rebounds when the bigs are down there banging with other big bodies. It's super important when you want to try to get out and control the pace. If you have a guard that can get a rebound, turn, and head up court, you can get easy baskets in transition.
Look at the third leading rebounder on the team is Blondo Chiqueno, 6'2" out of the backcourt, but better than 5 rebounds per game. Is Guadarrama able to force another turnover? Finds Matos, who couldn't handle it cleanly. It was a tough pass in transition. Pitch ahead now. Hakeem draws a bump, and he'll go to the free throw line to try to add what's already a double-digit scoring output for him.
Good job by Alan Blunt here. Get that 50-50 ball, and then with the head up, found a Yinde in transition. Again, the Riverhawks have to try to capitalize as much as possible, getting out in transition, poking away at this big lead.
First free throw good for Hakeem, who's up to 11 points. Jaden Martinez checks back into the game, replacing Nick Johnson, who heads to the bench. It was a quick stay on the bench for Martinez, who averages about 35 minutes a game. Hakeem splits the pair. It's a 15-point lead for New Hampshire with the basketball.
See the ball movement around the perimeter by UNH. They're really making the Riverhawks defense work. And what happens is that wears you down. Come the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, if you're having to defend like this the whole game, you'll be awful tired, especially when you're trying to crawl back in from a large deficit.
Guadarrama had to put it up. It was high off the backboard, nearly fell for him.
Guadarrama takes some tough shots.
Here's Hakeem, who's really been the focal point of this Riverhawks offense. Loses the ball out of bounds, and it'll go back to UNH.
I tell you, I love the aggressiveness. He's a tough kid, but the ball has got to move more. You got to get everybody else involved.
So it's Wildcats basketball New Hampshire trying to win for the 15th time this season. Get to double-digit victories in conference.
Everett Hammond checking Martinez now. They switched Hall off of Martinez. I thought Hall did a very good job. Kept him quiet there for a couple minutes.
Chiquenio in the paint, no good. Hall pulls down the rebound in traffic, and here's Hammond. Into the paint, too strong. Weak side board right down to Guadarrama. Riverhawks shooting struggles continue. 38%, a full 20 points below that of UNH.
Chris, there's just nothing there. Everett Hammond was a nice steal by Hakeem.
Hakeem, the Euro step, handoff to Thomas, who lays it in.
We go back to that last transition opportunity. Everett Hammond, he's got to be disciplined enough to pull that back out. There's just nothing there. Pull it back out, value the possession, wait for your teammates to come up, run a set, try to get a good look.
Crowd here at Saugus wanting to see some defense for the Riverhawks. Nearly a trap in the corner. Down low now, Martinez kicks it out. Guadarrama, he wants three. Give it to him.
I mean, that is college basketball today, Chris. Martinez had an opportunity to go up for an easy two, but kicks it out to Guadarrama.
Knocked down the three. Had a smile on his face, too, as he moves back on defense with his team up by 16. Hakeem leans in for two, no good. Hall pulls down the rebound.
He can take it up a notch.
He's been in double figures, scoring 19 times this year, 5 or more rebounds 14 times, 5 or more assists 9 times this season. So he's done literally a little bit of everything on a nightly basis, and sometimes a lot of bit of everything.
Just a really good college basketball player.
Marco Foster, tough move, trying to use the rim as a defender, no good. Ball out of bounds, last touch by UNH, so Riverhawks will get the basketball back.
Matos, the big 6'11" center, crashing in. Try to get that offensive rebound, hit the floor hard. Seems to be okay, though.
240-pounder had 16 rebounds against Duquesne this season, the highest single-game total for anybody in the America East this year.
Transfer from Bowling Green, had a really good sophomore year at Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Played in 30 games.
Here's Hakeem, who lately has been the only one putting shots up. Alan Blunt tries to change that. Off the side iron, though, and Guadarrama with another tough rebound inside. He's got 4 boards already tonight.
I don't want to harp on the point too much, Chris, but when the ball doesn't move around the perimeter, you settle for shots like that. Alan Blunt, who we featured in the pre, and one of the most important players here for this Riverhawks team, has not scored yet.
Guadarrama shovels it to Matos, up strong for 2. Second bucket of the game for the big guy, and it's an 18-point advantage. A new largest lead with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Up top for Khalil Thomas. Under 8 to shoot. Thomas steps back for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down in traffic by Matos.
See UNH, again, they've been pretty much doing whatever they want offensively, but there's no rush. I mean, they're walking the ball up court, moving it around the perimeter, running their sets, cutting, dumping it into the big and getting easy baskets, or at least easy looks.
Good look that time that just didn't fall. UNH still shooting 57%. Hakeem tries a 3, got it. Ainde Hakeem, the only guy scoring right now for the Riverhawks. He's got 14 of Lowell's 24 points with 90 seconds to play in the half. Crowd wants defense. Chiquenio throws it through the fingertips of the big guy and out of bounds. That's already the 5th UNH turnover. They only average about 9 turnovers a game, so a little uncharacteristic there. Get a look at Pat Duquette on the sideline, and Riverhawks coaches behind him.
Looking for answers right now, Chris.
That pass out of the reach of Brooks. Chiquenio into the front court. Khalil Thomas, UNH, senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Plays about 17 minutes a game off the bench. Guadarrama plays a lot, and that's why finding a lot of space in the lane there with that cut. He's got 7 points, and it's a 19-point advantage at 43-24.
That's a really nice set that UNH just ran to get that easy basket.
Hall dials up a 3. This one bounces out. It's just not a shot you want the Riverhawks taking.
No, I mean, Hall made one earlier, and you're happy with that. But as you said, Chris, it was only his 5th one of the year. You'd like to see him maybe reverse the ball.
Lowell lost by just a point.
Absolutely.
Last time out.
Yep. And with the landscape of college basketball, where it seems like every year all of these programs, especially at this level, there's so many new faces. You get so many guys coming from a higher level that are dropping down to play. Anything can happen once you get into the conference slate.
Martinez, after that early outburst, has been quiet. Gets to Foster. 2 on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. Didn't quite get it off in time. A bit disappointing there if you're Bill Harrion coming out of a timeout to have that kind of a set.
Murphy checking in to the game. Trying to put a little defense in.
And replacing Marco Foster. So 12 seconds left in the half. Chance for the Riverhawks to try to cut into this one a little bit. Hakeem, he's been the focus on offense, but that shot falls a little too short. Desperation heave there by as they do by their own high standards. One of the best teams in the country in terms of fewest turnovers, but the other two, it's check and check.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Max Brooks also not on the scoreboard for the Riverhawks. Have to get other guys involved.
The last home game for Lowell, Brooks had 10 second half points against Stony Brooks. 5 shots, 5 dunks. See if he's got some fireworks here in the second half. 3 ball too short from Nick Johnson.
Chris, Quentin Mincy, a player we've talked about before, is a young, athletic, kind of intangibles guy for this Riverhawks team. He started the game, but I think he got in Coach Duquette's doghouse early. He got yanked and did not see the floor again. Here he is in the start of the second half. A good defensive possession on Guadarrama and a nice rebound.
Alan Blunt was scoreless in the first half and remains scoreless as that one falls off the iron. Only 4 players scored. One of them was Anthony Blunt with a free throw, so 3 players with a field goal for the Riverhawks in the first half.
Got to be better than that here in the second half.
The Wildcats come back on offense. There's Guadarrama and now Chiqueno. We called his name quite a bit in the first half. He did a little bit of everything on both ends of the floor. Takes it into the paint. Can't put 2 more on the board yet. Rebound is grabbed underneath by Hakeem. He's going to push the pace a little bit here. Hakeem all the way to the tin.
Excellent job in transition by Ayinde Hakeem to recognize that he had the UNH defenders on their heels. Ran it right up their back, got the easy 2.
17-point deficit for Lowell.
Nice defense by Mincy.
Now Nick Johnson. He's got Thomas on him. Quick first step to the left. Too strong with the shot. Rebound bounces through everybody's fingertips. Ends up back with Johnson. Brooks rips it off the rim.
Good pass.
Hakeem passes on the 3. Shimmies into about 8 feet and knocks it down.
Nice look, Alan Blunt. Even though he hasn't scored, not hanging his head, still playing the game. A nice find in transition.
Ayinde Hakeem with 18 points. He's matched his season high at 18 against George Washington, all the way back in the non-conference slate for Lowell. First 4 points of the second half belong to the Riverhawks.
Alan Blunt and Jaden Martinez matching up. 4 years of that for those two.
That's a double dribble. And another turnover. If there's been any negatives for Bill Harrion, and there haven't been many here tonight. Turnovers probably close to the top of the list, if not at the top of the list. 7 turnovers for a team that only turns it over 9 times a game.
Right before the half, Kendra asked Coach Duquette what he was going to tell his team during the break. Whatever it is, it's worked. They're playing a lot harder here in the second half. Trying to crawl their way back into this one. Nice.
Hakeem, a strong take. He's got a new season high, 20 points for the first time this season. And he's so far the only guy for Lowell. He's putting this team on his back. Number one, set the tone for that first 20 minutes. But the first few minutes of this half, Jim, it belongs to the Riverhawks.
Sure has. Something to keep an eye on, too. We saw during the break as Khalil Thomas picks up a foul there. Chiqueno was not feeling well. See Khalil pick up the foul. Obviously not feeling well, was getting medical attention. The trainer sat him down and actually took his oxygen, and I don't see him on the bench any longer, Chris. Hopefully the young man's okay.
Standing kind of towards the end of the bench there. You can see him at the very top of the screen talking to the trainer. Getting some
I think he's working his way back to
attention there, and yeah, heading back to that bench now. It's certainly something to keep an eye on. He's a guy that UNH wants healthy not only tonight, but heading into the America East Tournament, which starts in just a couple of days. Marco Foster puts 2 points on the board, makes it a 15-point game once again. 45-30 the score. Chris Villani, Jim Borodoka, Kendra Middleton with you here at Tsongas Center, where UNH has been in charge pretty much throughout. Riverhawks have been a team of comebacks, though. Throughout this season, they erased double-digit deficits to beat Merrimack and George Washington in the non-conference slate. Foul called inside. Looks like they'll get Martinez. And just the last time out against Vermont, lost in that game 62-61, but that was a 13-point UVM lead at home with 6 minutes to play, and the Riverhawks almost erased it. Three from the corner, Thomas too short. UNH will come quickly back on offense. Foster attacks.
Nice. Excellent jump stop to get to the middle of the paint. Elevate over the smaller Ayinde Hakeem.
Marco Foster, a sixth man for this UNH.
Hard. It's really sad that, you know, he wasn't able to compete this year because, you know, he's been fighting the injury bug really since he arrived on campus. And, you know, around the program, you see him on the bench, always, you know, encouraging his team. And, you know, it's just sad to see that the kid wasn't able to finish his career the right way.
Nick Johnson couldn't get the shot to go inside. Lowell brings it back on offense. It's been a one-sided affair so far tonight. New Hampshire sits back at his own. Brooks collects, elevates, and flushes.
Maybe that gets Max going a little bit. I'll tell you, there's a couple of the sets that the Riverhawks are running. Max is getting the ball at the high post with Guadarrama on him. I think he can take him. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive, see if he can get to the rim.
See if that sparks Lowell here on the defensive end. UNH just 1 for 6 from the field to start the second half after shooting 59% in the first half. Shot clock's at 3. Another one misses the mark. Mincy tries to swallow it up. Hakeem down with it. They'll play on. Hakeem races into the front court, tried to leave it off for Brooks, and now it's Guadarrama ahead of the pack. As Hakeem and Brooks trailing, Brooks spikes it with the left hand out of bounds.
A terrible offensive possession there for Ayinde Hakeem with a turnover, but give the kid credit. Put his head down and hustled. Look at him chase this down, setting up Max for the denial at the glass.
See dunks coming usually from a mile away. That was a block you could see coming from a mile away. And helped out by the hustle for Ayinde Hakeem. New Hampshire still has it though. Guadarrama bullies his way in. A great athlete, stellar football player as well out of Newington, Connecticut. All area in that sport at the quarterback position, but can't quite find the bottom of the basket there.
Wow, that's an awful big quarterback.
Pitch ahead for John Hall. Pretty turnaround for the big guy. He's got 5 points. It's a 13-point game, and again, this scrappy Lowell team that's been known for comebacks trying to pull off another one here tonight.
I'll tell you, they've been successful in transition, Chris. I think they got to look to run on misses and makes at this point.
Jaden Martinez hasn't taken a shot since the under-16 timeout of the first half. He hasn't missed one tonight, but he hasn't put one up. Credit the Riverhawks for an adjustment there. And New Hampshire now 1 for 10 from the field to start the second half.
I think that's definitely a credit to the intensity level of the Riverhawks defense here in the second half. See, right here, I'd like to see Max go with that. Put it to the deck, go right by Guadarrama. He cannot stay with the athleticism and move laterally with Max Brooks.
Bit of a miscommunication there. Brooks threw it away. Didn't seem like Hall was quite ready for that pass, maybe expecting that Brooks was going to put it to the deck.
Yeah, it looks like he was sealing to kind of create an opportunity there, create the lane for Max to go left, a strong hand.
UNH will try to settle things down here. One of the advantages for Bill Harion's team, so many veterans that are experienced in these types of situations.
Yeah, and veterans that have been here in his program.
Nick Johnson lost the handle on the basketball, and it came down with it. Another turnover for UNH, their 9th of the game. That's their season average, but there's still about 13 minutes left in this one. Riverhawks trying to cut it to 11 or maybe even 10. Allen Blunt to Thomas. Hoists up a 3, too short. Martinez down with the rebound.
Good look right there. Khalil just struggling from deep. You don't see him miss that badly often.
Thomas 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, and back the other way. Marco Foster makes him pay. His second triple of the game. Foster's got 7 second-half points, all 7 for the Wildcats, as they're now on top 50-34.
Seems like every time the Riverhawks get a basket and get excited, certainly get the crowd excited in here, UNH responds.
How about Marco Foster in the second half? Really giving his team a lift, and he steps into another one.
Feeling it.
The kid from Chicago's on fire. 10 points after halftime. He has been the UNH offense. He's 3 for 3. Everybody else is 0 for 9. Everett Hammond can't get the shot to go. A foul on the rebounding action. It's like on the other side for Lowell, another team that's very balanced, but unlike past years when they've had a guy like Obadiah Noel, for example, they don't have that one dominant scorer that you can really count on to take over in big moments.
Yeah, you know, it's been all year. You have, you know, we started out with Everett Hammond's the leading scorer for a little while, and then Allen Blunt had a couple of games where he was putting up big numbers. Max Brooks, Ayinde Akeem. You know, you look on the surface and you think, well, there's a lot of depth. You got a lot to go with there, but I don't think they've ever really created the chemistry as a unit that really is required as the season progresses.
In a position where they can ill afford to trade baskets with UNH, down by 17. Jaden Martinez has been quiet since a quick spurt in the opening minutes. Maybe looking for points here. Gives it up to Guadarrama, cutting to the basket, and lost the ball out of bounds.
You know, as impressive as Jaden Martinez's outburst was really at the beginning of this game, I think it's equally as impressive what he hasn't done. He hasn't forced anything. I mean, a kid comes out with a hot hand like that, he's thinking, you know, I'm going to drop 25 tonight. He's been patient, hasn't forced anything, is taking a backseat to other players. That's a good veteran player.
Yeah, he hasn't taken a shot since that outburst where he hit his first 5 looks from the field, including 3 from beyond the arc. He does have 4 rebounds, and like you mentioned, he hasn't taken any bad shots, but he hasn't taken any shots. Guadarrama call for the foul. Third foul on UNH in the second half. Now, Allen Blunt will inbound. Anthony Blunt just checked into the game a moment ago. Brothers out there with John Hall, Khalil Thomas, and Everett Hammond.
I think the Riverhawks had to try to get Allen Blunt going. Still has not scored here, Chris.
Blunt catches one there as it blocked by Martinez. In transition, Johnson gets 2 on the board. UNH wanted a 3-point play, but they'll take the 2 and a 19-point advantage.
Yeah, a lot of contact there, but give the officials credit. They've let these kids play all night.
And not a ton of fouls tonight. Only 13 free throws attempted between the two teams. Hall feeds Blunt in the post.
Had him earlier. Got to be quicker with that entry.
8 on the shot clock. Hall shut off. Hammond's got to put it up with 4. Now with 3, Guadarrama's all over him, and he gets the swat.
How about the defense by the big man, Guadarrama? Stay with Everett Hammonds there and get that block.
Now Guadarrama on offense thought about pulling the trigger on the 3, but Passed up on it. Guadarrama with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. How's that for a stat line?
Yeah, you said it, Chris. He is a very impressive athlete. And word is he's got a great dog.
That's the measure of a man. Hammond knocks the ball away in transition, leaves it off for Anthony Blunt, who's fouled.
Wildcats challenging everything.
Yeah, they've been aggressive defensively. You get a look in transition.
Pretty dump off.
Martinez picks up his 3rd personal foul. That'll send Anthony Blunt to the free throw line.
Anthony Blunt might not fill the stat sheet, but I tell you, every time the kid gets inserted into the game, he makes an impact. It may not be a huge impact that moves the needle, but he does a lot of little things. I mean, here we have him, who's been in the game for a couple minutes. He's already at the free throw line, creating an opportunity to get some points on the board.
Chris Lester, who Kendra Middleton talked about in the first half being that vocal presence in the locker room. He checks into the game. His first action in the second half, played briefly in half number 1. Another big body, a grad student out of Barrington, Illinois. 6'7", 230 pounds. Good size on this UNH team.
Patient offensively.
Guadarrama pulls for 3, splash.
Wow, a good challenge right there by Max Brooks. Did not affect Guadarrama at all. I tell you, for 4 years we've been watching this kid play, and he's been impressive from day one.
He looks like he's having a blast out there, too, which is easy to do when you're up by 20, but Brooks takes it in, and Guadarrama fouls him, but the last couple of shots he's knocked down, he's had a smile on his face, and I'm not sure if it's trash talking or not, but it's coming across as genuine, like he's just having fun.
I tell you, it'd be tough to get mad at that kid because you're absolutely right. He's always smiling, very jovial on the court, having fun with the game. And you know what? You don't really see that much anymore with these kids. There's so much pressure on these kids from such a young age that, you know, you don't really see many smiles on the court. So it's certainly refreshing to see the big man. And as we talk, he's out there chirping right now with Max Brooks.
Those two have had a pretty good matchup tonight. Brooks has just not been able to get his offensive game going, hasn't really been able to find a place in the offense. He's tops on the team in rebounds and blocks tonight with 5 and 3 respectively, but the offensive end has eluded him at least to this point.
As athletic and as impressive as Max can be at times, he does struggle against bigger bodies. And as you just mentioned, Chris, UNH has several they've been throwing at him.
Londo Chiquenio is checked back into the game. Good to see he's out there after receiving some attention from the training staff. Foul on Khalil Thomas. And that's number 3 on him. Second foul on the Riverhawks in the second half. Guadarrama gets the ball to Johnson, gets a little bit of space going downhill, no good. The fight for the rebound is won by Lester. Offensive rebound that gets a charge out of the UNH bench.
He's dropping Lester to stay with that. Looks like he may have tweaked his shoulder. Fighting Max off of that loose ball.
Chiquenio with the shot clock winding down. Now Guadarrama pulls a 3. That's too short. Strong rebound by Thomas.
Knocked that one down. We would have saw a real big smile.
Just off the mark on a deep triple try. Back the other way, Brooks gets into the action offensively. He's got 5, 58-41, coming up on 8 minutes to play.
Sorry, Chris. Anthony Blunt, again, making things happen.
Marco Foster had that explosive start to the second half that his team really needed. They've been riding the ship a little bit here offensively, including 3 of their last 4 from deep. Guadarrama lost the handle on it, goes to the deck.
Look at this kid.
Picks it up, finds a lane. Guadarrama kept it alive, and they drew the foul maybe a half second before that shot clock buzzer sounded.
And Guadarrama actually had turned the ball over, but he dove on the deck to get that 50-50 ball.
60-41 the score. Guadarrama, a guy that's really worked on his body as well since he's gotten to UNH. He's put on 30 pounds. Using that out there effectively this season and especially tonight. Brooks on offense just can't quite get it going for Lowell.
Yeah, but you know what? I like that aggressiveness. He's so athletic and so long. If he can get 2 dribbles and get closer to the basket, he's going to be able to elevate against most guys trying to check him. Good cut.
Johnson denied by Brooks at the rim. His 4th block of the game, but UNH keeps it alive.
50-50 balls all going to the Wildcats. Nice dime.
Johnson from Chiquenio. Chiquenio picks up his 3rd assist, and that one was pretty. An interior pass that puts 2 more on the board. It's a 21-point UNH advantage. Johnson's got 11 points into double figures. Ayinde Akeem able to add to a career night. He's got 22, but just not getting enough help out there.
Yeah, no quitting that kid, though. Took it right in to the paint, ran into the big body of Guadarrama, but stayed poised. Was able to finish.
Coming up on 6 minutes to play in the second half. A win for UNH. They'll be one of the top 4 seeds in the America East tournament, which begins on Sunday. Chiquenio no good on the lefty scoop shot. Anthony Blunt now in transition. Akeem, he'll take it just off the front iron, and the rebound hits the end line before Alan Blunt can get there, so New Hampshire will get it back. And for the Riverhawks, they got 6 minutes left in this game. It's important to note that they are going to the America East tournament.
Right.
You know, they're going to be going out on the road, depending on how things shake out. They may be playing this UNH team again. More likely it's going to be either Vermont or UMBC, but got to put this one in the rear view quickly.
And you know what? You got 6 minutes left. You got to find positives. You got to play hard. You know, have something positive to take away from this basketball game.
Shot clock down to 10. Johnson looks for 3. That's too strong, and the rebound run down by Alan Blunt in the corner. Blunt's missed all 5 of his shots tonight.
Yeah, Alan's got to get on the board here. His last game in Songus Arena just hasn't been able to find that rhythm. You know, on senior night, it's a very emotional time. You know, Alan's been here for 4 years. It's not the first time we've seen a senior have a tough time finding his rhythm on the night everyone says goodbye.
Foster couldn't quite get it to go from 3. Now here's Anthony Blunt in transition. 5 minutes left in a 19-point game and another turnover. Pitch ahead to Martinez, couldn't handle it cleanly, and gonna have to wait for everybody else to get there. Martinez going to work on Mincy. He's been quiet since the opening minutes and draws a bump from Quentin Mincy.
Saw a little flash of Quentin Mincy's athletic ability, his ability to defend. That was a little ticky-tack there. Officials have done a good job letting the kids play. Not so much there.
Yeah, not a lot considering what they've let go tonight. Chiquenio left alone, wants a triple, way too strong. Rebound grab by Everett Hammond, but if Lowell is going to put something together, it's got to happen quickly. Hammond no good. Second try no. Third try no. And then bounced out of bounds. 3 looks there from close to point-blank range for Everett Hammond. Kind of the night it's been for Lowell.
Yeah, nice move by Everett Hammond. Just swooping into the hoop and then trying to get a second chance opportunity for himself. You know, we mentioned the importance of the Riverhawks finishing this game, you know, on a positive note. The same holds true for UNH. They can't be sloppy either.
Foster the long 2, no good. Johnson tries to grab the rebound and can't do it.
The last couple of possessions have been very sloppy, taking bad shots.
Hammond in rhythm there, but no good. Rebound is grabbed again by Marco Foster.
You know, everything this time of year for a basketball team is how they're playing.
A game that really matters in terms of maybe grabbing home court advantage in the first round. Hartford with a lead on Albany.
Shared a text with Coach Gallagher from Hartford the other day, congratulating on his win. His response was, "Here we come." He's ready for the conference tournament. There'll be nobody more animated.
Martinez with a turnaround off the back iron. That's the first shot he's taken since the under-16 time out of the first half. Couldn't quite get it to go, but his team in control. And all these teams really getting amped for conference tournament play. You know, in a one-bid league, really got to put it together. It's that cliche of any given day, and there are going to be 7 teams heading into that tournament determined not to make this a Vermont coronation.
Right. I know, and you know what? It seems like, you know, that's the story every year. I mean, the America East goes through Burlington. I mean, they've had some good teams over there. Obviously, the UMBC team that beat Virginia 16-1 is a historic team in this conference. But at the end of the day, everything goes through Burlington, Vermont.
The teams have knocked them off. We looked at Hartford last year taking on UMass Lowell in the final, and the Hawks, John Gallagher, you just mentioned, going to the tournament. Albany over the years with some great matchups. Jacob Yachty, his brother John Yachty, now an assistant coach at UMass Lowell, hitting a huge 3 when the Great Danes knocked off the Catamounts at Patrick Gym back in 2013. Testing my memory a bit there, but 2013.
The Australian connection they had on that team.
Yeah.
Some good Aussies.
So there have been teams that have beaten Vermont, and certainly some great Vermont teams over the years too, as Nick Guadarrama drops another impressive dime. He picks up assist number 3 to go with 8 rebounds, 10 points.
Much better possession there for UNH. They were very patient. Got a good one. You see that man, Anthony Blunt, continuing to make an impact regardless of what the scoreboard says.
Blunt's got half a dozen, but this one's all UNH, and great momentum for the Wildcats going into the tournament. This is their final game. Lowell does have another regular season game. They've got to play Hartford. The Hawks were dealing with COVID protocol for a good chunk of the year, so a bunch of those games got moved. So they still have another regular season game, Lowell does, to try to bounce back and really put this one in the rear view.
Hartford, another tough place to play. Certainly there's a little rivalry there between the Riverhawks.
Tough shot by Martinez at the end of the shot clock buzzer. He can't get it to go. This is a fun time of the year, though. You never know who's going to emerge. Last year it was Hartford. The Hawks, a team that had always been kind of on the periphery. They played some great games against Vermont, Albany, and other teams over the years of the conference tournament.
Yep.
And maybe it's UNH. You know, Bill Harrion is a guy who's been around this conference. He's won a ton of games, more America East tournament victories than anybody, but trying to get kind of over that hump, get to the NCAA tournament. He's got the lineup here, the depth and the experience to possibly do it.
Very much so. I mean, if you're looking at the feel-good story of the America East tournament this year, I think, Chris, you just nailed it. That's Coach Harrion and his Wildcats.
John Williman is checked into the game, a Lebanon, New Hampshire native for UNH, playing in his 9th game this season off the bench, sophomore. Getting a few seconds here
nice
at
cuts.
the end of this one. Williman kicks it out, looking for the hockey assist there with the 3 off the iron from Martinez. Couldn't really get it going after the early minutes, didn't need to. He set the tone, and his team just followed suit.
John Hall continuing to battle.
Hall playing the full 40 minutes. Gotta like to see that if you're Pat Duquette. Final seconds will tick away of this one, and really an impressive win here for UNH. After knocking off NJIT on the road and Binghamton at home on their senior night, the Wildcats come into Tsongas Center and